Your landlord isn't rich because they're smart. They're rich because they own the thing you pay for every month and you don't. That's it. That's the whole game. And today, we're breaking down exactly how that game works. Why buying a home is treated like the ultimate financial milestone. And whether it actually deserves that reputation. Here's the first thing nobody tells you about a mortgage. It's not really a bill. It's a forced savings account with really good marketing. When you rent, 100% of your money disappears. Gone. You'll never see it again. When you own, part of every mortgage payment goes to interest, which is gone, just like rent. But part of it goes to principal. And principal is just your money, moving from your bank account into your house. You didn't spend it. You relocated it. Do that for 30 years, and you've basically forced yourself to save hundreds of thousands of dollars without ever having the willpower to do it on purpose. Now here's where it gets interesting, and where most people miss the real magic. It's called leverage. Say you buy a $400,000 house with a $40,000 down payment, that's 10% down. The house appreciates 5% in a year. That's $20,000 in gain value. But you only put in $40,000 of your own money. So your actual return isn't 5%, it's 50%. That's the power of using the bank's money to buy an appreciating asset. You almost never get access to this kind of leverage anywhere else in personal finance. No stockbroker is handing you 90% financing on a mutual fund. Of course, leverage cuts both ways. If prices fall, your losses get amplified too. This isn't a free lunch, it's a bigger bet in both directions. But here's where the dream gets a reality check. Owning a home isn't just a mortgage payment. There's property tax, insurance, maintenance, and a good rule of thumb is 1% of your home's value every single year, just to keep it from falling apart. A new roof, a dying water heater, a furnace that picks the coldest week of winter to quit. Then there's the realtor fees when you sell, often 5 to 6% of the sale price, vanishing in a single afternoon of paperwork. Add it all up, and the cost of owning is quietly 2-3 times higher than just your monthly mortgage payment. This is the part that turns first-time buyers pale at closing. Here's the question almost nobody asks. What else could that down payment have done? If you take that same $40,000 and instead invest it in the stock market, historically averaging around 7 to 10% a year after inflation. It grows too, without the leaky roof, without the property tax bill, without 3 weekends a year spent at Home Depot. This is the real debate economists have, not renting versus buying like it's some moral choice, but leveraged real estate versus leveraged index funds as a pure numbers question. And depending on your local market, the math can go either way. But here's the thing pure math misses. A home isn't just an investment. It's forced discipline, it's stability. It's a fixed housing cost while rents climb around you for the next 30 years. You can't live inside your stock portfolio. You can live inside your house. That's the real economic argument for owning. Not that it always beats the stock market, but that it bundles an investment with a locked-in cost of living at a scale nothing else in personal finance really matches. So, is owning a home a good investment? The honest answer is, it depends on your market, your timeline, and what you'd have done with that money instead. But one thing's for sure, every payment either builds your equity or somebody else's. And now you know exactly why that difference matters. If this broke down something you'd never quite understood before, hit subscribe, because we're doing this for money, taxes, and the economy every single week.